You're listening to another episode of the Just Go Bike podcast, powered by RAGBRAI. This is the award-winning podcast where we are all about the culture of cycling, just for the fun of it. Your hosts are Murph from the Murphology-podcast and AP from Parrot Talk. With tales from all over the nation, come for the bikes, stay for the fun, and leave with a smile. And now here is Murph.
Hey, that's me.
And AP.
Hey, that's me. Well, hey, Murph.
Hey, AP. How's it going?
It's fantastic. It's a beautiful spring day in Des Moines, Iowa.
And here we are together at Parrot Talk Studios. And I notice you have an amazing shirt on.
I notice you have an amazing shirt on. Atlanta-Palooza, technically, it's all downhill from here.
And technically, that was a lie.
It was a pretty big technicality there.
That was on RAGBRAI last year, right?
That's right, yeah.
RAGBRAI LI.
Yep.
A shout out to the gang in Atlantic, Iowa.
Hi. So, yeah, that was a fun time. Obviously, we went there, had fun, got the T-shirt, so we enjoyed it. Love doing a little throwback to our previous towns. So can't wait to come back.
Yeah, and I can't wait to do it. I mean, we're less than 100 days away from RAGBRAI.
Yeah. There's a lot of mixed emotions going on here. Yeah. It's so short, but yet so long. But I can't wait to go out and get some more matching t-shirts from our exploits.
Well, yeah, we got to keep matching.
That's right.
I'm sure, we've talked about it several times. We won't talk very much about it, but we have been doing Zwift rides together.
Yeah.
And we're even matching in our Zwift ride, which is a virtual
right.
avatar.
Yeah.
And somebody commented on it, was all like, you guys don't have the same socks on.
Oh, well, look, Murph is much more experienced in Zwift than me, so I just don't have that much stuff. So she has to kind of bend to my level, and sometimes, she just has cooler socks than me.
Yeah.
But one other thing I've noticed is that people have come to our rides matching also. Not matching us, but
yes.
they have been little pairs of twins, and there were some literal twins that joined us one time.
Yeah, sisters.
So,
that were twins. And
yeah. So that's been kind of fun. But,
I know, it has been. And speaking of, here we are, RAGBRAI is less than 100 days away. Hopefully everybody's getting out there doing some bike rides. Make sure you go to ragbrai.com and check out Coach Ertl's training plans.
Mm-hmm. And Coach Oliphant. We have 2 coaches this year.
Yes,
yep.
yeah. It's still time. There's still time to get training.
That's right. And the last registration price increase for week-long passes is May 1st. So that is coming right up if it has not already happened when this episode gets released. So better get your rear end gear. You better get registered. Registration closes online on June 11th. So
whoa.
Clock's ticking.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
I can feel it in your oomph.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
And I'm already registered, so you don't have to yell at me.
Okay. Well, what's funny is that we were just doing a test on the reg system right before we recorded this, and I did not register yet, so I'm going to have to do that.
Oh, geez.
Wow. Oh, I missed all of the best price breaks, but it's not too late, so.
Okay, well, today's episode, as you've probably already read in the title, is about a ride that we found out about last year, and they are back for another round, and it's called the Wabash Open.
That's right.
So the Wabash Open, this is I believe the 4th year, which is why they have called it the Wabash Open Fore.
I think that is right. And it's Fore. So if you look for it on Facebook, search for that. There's a event listing on Facebook under Wabash Open Fore, like Fore. Yeah.
Okay, so Wabash Trace, one of my favorite trails. Like, I think you and I got to ride on it together several years ago, but it's a nature trail. I have it pulled up on my computer, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about it.
Okay.
63 miles of a rail trail. And the thing that I found most interesting is that it is privately owned.
Oh, yeah.
So, all the fundraising, all of the dollars that go into keeping that trail looking its best is done by volunteers and fundraising.
Yeah.
And I believe this Wabash Open that we're going to talk to Erin about in this episode is one of the fundraisers.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important to do rides like this and to support your community trails, because sometimes that's the way that they get money to keep them going and looking nice. So always good to support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this trail is awesome. It goes through the Les Hills. It goes through like kitty corners all the way across the state, if I remember right.
Yeah.
But so we'll talk more about it with Erin. I guess let's get to the episode.
Yeah, shout out to Team Love Taco, who is a part of the Nature Trail. So, some of our buddies from RAGBRAI. But yeah, let's get to the episode.
All right, let's get to it. we need to welcome back to the podcast some of the characters from the Wabash Open. So hello, Erin.
Hi, Murph.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, and then I think you have a special guest with you, which is Curt, correct?
I would like to introduce Curt Stender. He is the brainchild of the Wabash Open.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be awesome. And, you know, diehard listeners may remember Wabash Open. Maybe they attended. I know I've talked about the Wabash Trace Nature Trail quite a few times. So it's going to be fun to have you on and maybe get some listeners who will join your event this year.
That'd be fantastic. We're excited.
Okay, so I already spoiled it that it's part of the Wabash Trace Nature Trail, but will you tell the listeners where you both live and if or what the cycling culture is like there?
Oh, Murph, this is Curt here. I live in Council Bluffs, Iowa, and the cycling culture is really starting to grow in groves here, and the everybody likes riding on the trail.
Yeah.
The Wabash Trail, just because it's covered and it protects you from wind and sun. So,
Absolutely. So I also live in Council Bluffs, work in Omaha. So we're just on the other side of the river from the big metro. The Wabash is near and dear to all of us. We're volunteers. The trail is completely privately funded. So that's one thing a lot of people that ride it maybe don't know.
yeah, that is a big deal. Most people think they see a trail like this, they think it's governmentally funded and all that. That's why we do rides like the Wabash Open to raise money, because everything we do on the trail is volunteer based.
And I've told this story. I might have told it last year when we talked, but I was on the Wabash Trace and there was like a limb that had fallen, and maybe Erin, you already knew this story, but so we did our bike ride during the day and then we came back and that limb was gone. Like, we're talking, you know, within 3 hours, a volunteer found out about it, got his, you know, the saw or whatever cutting device and took care of it.
My guess would be that was probably Curt.
Oh, thank you, Curt.
Well, you're welcome. Who knows if it was me or not?
Yeah. But Andrea and I even talked about it in our intro just a few minutes ago, that this is literally privately owned, privately funded. That's just amazing.
Yeah, it takes an army, really truly does, and it takes a community, and that's one of the reasons why we put this Wabash Open together, because we need to raise funds, but I wanted to bring the community into that. I'm sure we'll get into this, but all 18 holes are sponsored by local businesses. So I wanted to bring the community and the trail together.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's a good segue into what exactly is the Wabash Open? Because, you know, this is a biking podcast, so I'm sure people are like, wait a minute, Wabash Open, that sounds like golf.
Yeah, there's a little bit of golf. It's miniature golf, but it's a cycling ride where we ride. It's about a 10 to 15 mile ride, depending on where you start. But you ride, and there's businesses along the way that have made miniature golf holes. You stop, you look at their business and find out who they are, and you play miniature golf along the way and have as much fun as you possibly have.
And are all the holes that have been created by local businesses, does it occur on the Wabash Trace?
Yes, it's right along. Every hole is not actually physically on the trace. They're just set up on the side of just a little bit. But you just ride to the hole. Everything's there for you, putters and balls, whatever. You just ride your bike and get off your bike and have fun.
Tell us a little bit about the history of the Wabash Open.
The history of it, we started back in 2022 as everything was just coming out of the pandemic, and we were trying to get everybody out biking again, and then all the small local businesses businesses were struggling.
Sure.
And I thought, what better way to get people cycling and help promote these little businesses is to cycle, and everybody likes to play miniature golf.
Yeah.
So I thought, hey, let's have a little fun with this.
And another thing that's really fun is each year, or I don't know if it started this way, but the last couple of years that we've talked about it, each year there's a theme. So you got to share with everybody what 2025's theme is going to be.
Yeah. So last year we did a Goonies theme, which was kind of fun. It's kind of throw it back into the 80s. And we kind of, as a group, Love Taco is our riding team, but we're just a big group of friends.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of discussed, well, should we do like another movie or what? And we settled on Back to the Future. We were like, what? It's the 40th anniversary of 1985. So why don't we, celebrate properly? And we certainly encourage people to come in costume if they're willing. My husband and I already picked out our costumes for the event. I know there's going to be plenty of Martys and plenty of Biffs out there, but
Right.
we certainly, want people to show up and have fun with it.
We even encourage people, even wear costumes, even if it's not Back to the Future, wear costumes like these people have come up with really unique team names. Dress up as your team name, even if you choose to.
So let me back up a second here. You go do the Wabash Open. Are you doing it as an individual or as a team?
We do it as a team.
Okay.
You could register from a team to 2 to 4.
Okay, so if I'm a team of 4, make it fun, name my team, and then, get crazy with costumes and such with it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We want people to have as much fun with it as they want.
Oh, yeah. I love it. And where's the location? Like, is it a out and back kind of deal on the Wabash, or how does that work?
Yes. Yeah. Well, how it works is we start all the teams. We call it the front side of the course, which is holes 1 through 13. So we'll start every team at a shotgun start. And so we'll say you start we will start you at hole 10.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll bike all the way up to hole 10. You do hole 10, and then you'll bike your way back down to hole 1. Stop at 9, say, and then play in the 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you work your way back all the way up to hole 11 and work you all the way through hole 18.
Ah, okay. Is there incentive to be faster or be more skilled at your putting skills?
Well, what we do is we go by score. Lowest score wins, just like golf. So, and we give prizes from first, second, and third place, and we even give a little trophy to the team that finished dead last.
I'm not saying I would want that award, but I may have won it in other events. Okay, so we know, in theory, the route, because it's the Wabash Trace Nature Trail, is pretty simple to figure out. Now, that trail is, it's not paved, but it's very hard packed. Do you want to kind of describe it for people who have never been on it?
Well, okay, so to describe it, it is crushed limestone. It's very, I would say, within quarter minus or smaller, and it is packed. You are right. So it's so small that you could actually, on the part that we do the ride on, people have road bikes on there with small skinny tires. It's that hard enough. So any type of bike could actually ride it. It's just a little dirty.
Sure.
I've ridden it with a road bike plenty of times with no issues really. Yes, you're right. It does get dusty, so you will have to clean your bike after.
But you're out in nature. Go have some fun, right?
Absolutely.
And this used to be a rail trail, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, how have things improved or changed throughout the years? Are you focused on making improvements in some way?
Well, that's why we do this ride. It helps us do improvements. So like the first couple of years, we were able to raise enough money to put picnic tables and some new trash cans at a place where we call Margaritaville, where everybody kind of hangs out and socializes. And then this year we're putting in at Margaritaville a brand new fence up. It's a steel fence, and it's going to just really make the area pop. And then last year we Team Love Taco, we built along the trail Iowa's largest Adirondack chair.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's about a half mile in from Council Bluffs. And it's pretty impressive. You can see it from the roadway if you're driving down Wabash Ave.
Yeah.
It stands almost 11 feet tall, and it's 9.5 feet wide.
Wow. What a photo op.
That's exactly why we built it.
If you build it, they will come, right?
Absolutely.
So that's cool. So anytime people are participating in events such as Wabash Open, their money is going towards making that a better experience.
Correct.
Absolutely.
And let's get back to the specific ride details. How about like the date, what sort of support you're going to provide, and anything else that you'd want to share?
So this year it is June 14th, which we know is Father's Day weekend, and we also know it is during College World Series. So it's going to be a busy time around the metro. For Omaha, obviously the College World Series, but we're hoping that being this Father's Day weekend, maybe some people will bring their dads and participate. Yeah. And the event should kick off like every other year.
Support wise, what we'll do is we'll have some of the Team Love Taco members. They'll ride the trail, and then they'll be there to help push the riders along, because some people, they want to hang out and they're having too much fun because we do want to get in a timely manner, but they'll be there to help any rider needs be. And we're close enough to town. If any rider needs anything, we can get them anything they need.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us are somewhat savvy, at least with some mechanics. So if somebody needs, a tire changed, something like that, we can assist with that too.
Yeah. And so you said the event's in June, Father's
Correct.
Day weekend. Okay. So when people are listening to this, I'm assuming that there's still the opportunity to register, or have you sold out?
Oh yeah, you could register all the way to the day of.
Oh, cool.
But the only catch is it's cheaper to do it now.
Mm-hmm.
The price will increase here May 7th, and then again in June 7th.
Okay.
Right now the price is $150 for a team of 2 to 4, and then it'll increase to $175 on May 7th, and then $200 on June 7th.
Okay. And what's the best website to send people to?
You can go to, you can Google Wabash Open Fore, spelled Fore, and it's bike rag. It'll take you to bikerag.com.
Okay, and so I already know this, but let's say you finish the ride, you decide to make a weekend of it, your dad's along to go biking. What other cool things can you do on or near the Wabash Trail?
Oh, on or near? Oh, well, like Erin mentioned, this is a great thing to do. If you're going to come to do this event, you could get tickets to the College World Series, which is crazy around here. And that would be great to take your dad, take him to the Wabash Open on Saturday, and then getting tickets to the ball game on Sunday. That's and then we've got the number 2 zoo in the world right by here too.
Ah, okay.
Also, at the end of our event, we are going to have a band at Toby Jack's, which is in Mineola, the kind of the destination town of this ride. So Mineola is about 10 miles from Council Bluffs. And Spare Change, this will be their second year with us at the kind of the end party there in Mineola.
They're just they're a great cover band. They cover from the 70s to today kind of music. They do all kinds of music. So they cover everybody.
Sounds like a typical Ragbri band.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Like fan favorites, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so speaking of Ragbri, I feel like you need to at least acknowledge your team, and like I'm assuming you're also either the founders or part of the weekly taco ride.
We are not the founders of the taco. No, I would like to take credit for that, but no, but we do partake in the taco ride. That's kind of how our name came to evolve. Is we do the taco ride so much, we got to put taco in our name.
And so Team Love Taco has been born.
Yeah,
correct.
And what is the taco ride? Will you tell listeners that maybe are in your area?
Taco ride, it happens every Thursday night. There's a peak season, obviously, because it's outside. It peaks around, say, around May to September, but it never stops. It's a ride that never stops. It goes every Thursday night. But most people start in Council Bluffs. They ride about 6 miles into the place we kind of mentioned already. It's called Margaritaville, where everybody gets together and kind of meets and say who's there, who's not there, and get to know each other. Then you ride down to Mineola, and there's a place called Toby Jack's Steakhouse where you can have tacos, or they have a full menu there, and they have all kinds of different margaritas and stuff like that.
And we got to come, what was that, 3 years ago when I was participating in the Birds and Bees ride with Pork Belly Ventures. And so we did the taco ride, and it was pouring rain the whole time.
It's not a taco ride unless you get dumped out.
Yeah, but it was still a blast because the quality of the trail was still, awesome. Like we were able to, stay on the trail, and we definitely needed to wash our bikes though at the end.
Well, talking about getting poured on, so back to Love Taco at Margaritaville, we got tired of getting rained on, and there was no shelter there. So back in 2020, we built a pavilion there. It's a 10 by 10 pavilion where actually you can actually take shelter in if storms come in.
Okay, because I have been to Margaritaville, and it's basically it's on the actual trail. It's not a business. It's just a place to stop and chill out and socialize with all your friends. So
think of it as like a picnic area, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah. Well done. Cool. Well, is there anything else about either the Wabash Open or your community that you want to share?
Well, the Wabash Open, it's a very unique ride because there are 3 different opportunities that you can fundraise for the trail on this. So you can actually do the ride, which is great. We hope everybody does that. Option 2, you could ride out to this Margaritaville we've been talking about, and we have free will donation food there. Cooked, and you could donate your money that way, or you could just go right straight to Toby Jack's, which we have the Spare Change will be playing there, and we also have Jake Ryan from the local radio station The River. He'll be playing music there in between the band and all that. But we have what you call the 19th hole, which you pay, it's like $10 just to play that hole. But so you go in there, you play that hole, and if you have the lowest score on that hole, you win half the pot.
So is the 19th hole happen at Toby Jack's?
It happens at Toby Jack's.
Oh, fun.
So that's our 50-50 raffle there at Toby Jack's is
Okay.
the 19th hole. It's kind of, and that's like Curt was saying, that's one way if you don't ride bikes, if you're not interested in doing the whole putt thing,
Mhm.
you can just go straight to Toby Jack's, hang out there, and chip in your $10 donation, and maybe win the best score on that putt.
Yeah, yeah. So then have you two been really, honing in on your putt skills? Or
Well,
are you
I mean, the putt does me no good because I'm not there to participate. I'm there to make sure everybody's having fun and
Oh yeah.
having a good time. Which I tell you, this will be our 4th year, and I have yet to see anybody to have a bad time.
Yeah, I can only imagine. It sounds like a really fun event and just so unique. You're riding your bike, but then you're also like doing the golf thing and hanging out with your friends and seeing other people and also supporting all the local communities.
What I really do enjoy about this ride, you could be any skill level of bike rider to do this ride because you're stopping so often.
Mhm.
I mean, the most you're going to be on your bike at one period of time is maybe a mile, and you're stopping, and then you're meeting new people and meeting new things.
That's a great point. I mean, even though if you're going to do all 18 holes, you may be getting some miles on that bike, but you got plenty of opportunities to rest.
Absolutely.
I love it. Well, tell us again the website so that if people, finish listening to this podcast and they want to sign up immediately.
Well, the website is bikereg.com. All you have to do is Google Wabash Open Fore and spell Fore Fore, and it'll take you directly right to the website. Or you can go on Facebook and go to Wabash Nature Trail and go to the event Wabash Open Fore.
Cool. And I need to also plug the actual Wabash Trace Nature Trail. I don't know who is responsible for that website, but it is full of great information about the trail, about the history, about all the events, including yours. So if either of you are responsible for that, thank you.
No, I am not, but I know who it is, and she does a great job. Becca is awesome at it.
Yeah, it's great.
She is the trail director.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you, Becca, for all your hard work on all that. So, well, Erin and Curt, I thank you so much for coming on the podcast to talk about the Wabash Open. And hopefully you're going to have a big crowd this year.
We appreciate you having us, and it was great to talk to you again, Murph.
Yeah, thank you, Murph.
You bet.
Well, listeners, that is it for today. We want to thank you for tuning in to listen to the Just Go Bike podcast. If you would like to contact Murph and AP with a comment about the podcast, or maybe even you have a topic in mind, you can reach us at justgobikepodcast@gmail.com. Please follow us on Instagram and Facebook and watch our intros on YouTube. And don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast, especially if you're a fan. That is going to do it for this week. Until next time,
Just go bike.
theme song by Ryan Steer, logo by Suzanne Milosevic, produced by Kathy Murphy, social media by Andrea Parrott, intro by Pumpkin. Until next time, just go bike.